You know, the other day I made a video cooking some bacon in the oven, and I mentioned the fact that my microwave functions as an air fryer, which I had totally forgotten about, but was the main reason that I bought it. And so today, it was supposed to rain all day, and I wasn't planning on going out anywhere. Of course, then the sun came out, and here we are. But today I have been cooking stuff in the air fryer. And so I thought I would just make a video of cooking one of those things. I've already cooked some hamburger in there, turned out great. Hamburger patties turned out great. I cooked an egg in there, fried an egg in there. Needed just about another 30 seconds, but it turned out really good. And so for the microwave, it has to have this little stand and this pan. So I'm going to put that in here. Now, we're not going to do this cooking in real time today because it'll take too long. But I am going to put that inside the microwave. And then I'll bring the camera over here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, so up here I can push air fry, and I can't set my own temperature. All of the temperatures are pre-programmed on the number keys. And I want it at 400 degrees, which is number 9. So I'm going to push air fry. And the degrees is 400. And I want it to preheat, so I'm going to preheat it for 5 minutes. So while that's taking some time to heat, I've got a flat iron steak here. I'm practicing for the ribeye. I have a flat iron steak here, and I've had it marinating for about 4 hours, and it's marinating in some olive oil and some minced garlic, a few spices here and there, a little Dijon mustard, but I used the last of my Dijon mustard, so I don't have a bottle to show you, and just a little bit of my 15-year-old Glenfiddich, just for good measure. It's been sitting out of the refrigerator about a half hour or so to kind of bring it closer to room temperature so that it will cook. So when this is preheated, we'll come back and get started. All right, so this is now preheated, and it's going to also tell me that it's going to be hot. So okay, so I'm going to put this on a towel here real quick, and we're just going to take this out. Now, I don't have a recipe book. There wasn't a recipe book that came with the microwave. There are preset times for certain kinds of foods, but I do know from doing a little research that steaks typically cook at 400 degrees, so that's what I have the microwave, the air fryer part of the microwave set at, is 400 degrees. And you know that I'm a fan of AI, and at least to some extent, and so I'm hoping you can hear that sizzling because it's hot. I went to ChatGPT and I wrote a prompt and I said, I need a recipe on how to cook a flat iron steak between rare and medium rare in an air fryer. And it gave me a whole list of ingredients to put on it. Of course, I'd already had the marinade going, so that wasn't a big deal. But then it told me 400 degrees, 6 to 8 minutes for rare, and 8 to 10 minutes for medium rare, which is exactly what the YouTube video said when I was watching. So AI can make a recipe for you to some extent if you want. I'm going to put this in here. And I'm going to set it back to air fry 400, and because between 6 to 8 and 8 to 10 for a steak, I'm going to shoot for 7 because this has got some thin edges and I don't want to get it overcooked. So I'm going to put the cook time in 700. We can always put it in for more time, but the nice thing about this particular use of the air fryer, Oop, hang on a second. It's not turning, hang on. Ah, I see why. I knocked it off. That's bad. I don't really know if I'm supposed to leave the glass table in the microwave or not. I did. It sets everything up a little higher. But even on air fry, if I did take it out when I cook the eggs, and the thing at the bottom still turns. So I'm assuming it's supposed to still have that in there. Anyway, where was I at? If you watch videos on cooking with an air fryer, you will see most of the time they will say put it in for 6 minutes, then take it out, flip everything, put it in another 5 minutes or 6 minutes, whatever. This microwave has that built in. It will stop at a particular time, tell me to turn it, and then it will finish the cooking process. So we're going to come back when it has told me that it is time to flip this steak over. Okay, tells me that it's time to turn. So I'm going to be very careful about pulling this out here because it is 400 degrees. So you can see it's cooking up pretty nicely. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to carefully put it back in the microwave and then just press start. It has 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. All right, it is done, hopefully. Let's just see. Now the reason that it's still beeping over here is because it's telling me that it's hot. So it has gone back to its regular format now. And we're just going to put this on a plate here, turn it over a little bit. Let's get this out of the way. Now, with these kinds of steaks, you want to cut across the grain, and the grain is running this way on the steak. So I'm going to turn it this way so I can kind of cut it on a bevel here. Now let's see how it is done. So if I wanted it rare to medium rare, I have definitely succeeded. So that is definitely rare, which is fine for me. The thing about steak is that the less you cook it, the more tender it is. And the closer and closer you get to well done, the more like shoe leather you'll be chewing. So to have a steak that is rare like this is fine for me, because it just means that a seemingly tough steak like this with, you know, all of the veins and stuff that are in it that you have to cut through should be easier to chew. Okay. The marinade worked out really well. Needed a little more salt. Not a big deal. Now over on my other channel, you can expect to see pretty soon a video about cooking a ribeye and comparing it to my normal way of cooking a ribeye. That's what this is all about today. Why I forgot my microwave will serve as an air fryer, I have no idea, because it works like a charm. Well, now that I am fully aware that I have an air fryer in the house, this may change everything. It works pretty good. To be a microwave / air fryer, it works pretty good. A couple of things about the video. I did actually want to go back outside again. I've got a couple of places I'd like to go, but it was supposed to rain all day, and then this afternoon, when it was supposed to be raining, and I'd already decided not to go, the sun came out. So that's the way it is. I did use the big light that I used last time, so the kitchen is pretty well lit. However, if you've been watching this channel regularly, you will remember me talking about the EV setting, the exposure value, and how I typically video at -3 when I'm inside, and maybe -7 or -1. All it does is just kind of darken the screen down just a little bit, because it's easier to take a darker screen and make it lighter than it is to take a lighter screen and make it darker. And it wasn't until I got this into the editing process and realized that all of the clips were overexposed just slightly, I realized my camera was set at +3. Just another stupid rookie mistake on my part. I tried to get it edited as best I could. One of the things that happens when it's overexposed like that is your face turns pretty red. And so I've kind of learned how to get skin tones down. I tried to fix that when I could. It turned out okay, but it was just a little more involved in the editing process than I like. Other than that, the flat iron steak was pretty good once I put a little salt on it, and I'm really looking forward to cooking those ribeyes. So that's about it. You got any questions or any comments about the video, feel free to leave them, and I will try to read every one of them. And we will see you tomorrow.